Today on Game Rant, Nintendo stock price breaks company history, Battlefield 6 developers want your help to squash cheaters, and the best-selling fighting game of this generation is still ending support soon. All this and more. All the way back in 1962, a very different company named Nintendo entered public trading, allowing investors to purchase stock in the entertainment and hospitality company. And in the period that followed, Nintendo exploded into a video game and technology giant from the NES, Nintendo 64, Wii, and Nintendo Switch, and yet we can now confirm the company has seen its stock value trade for its highest price ever in Nintendo's long and lucrative history. While recent prices show a minuscule lowering, at its peak Nintendo stock closed the day at 14,355 yen or $96.93 by most recent conversion. So how did we get here? Come on, you already know. Bolstered by the runaway success of their new Nintendo Switch 2 console, which at last check is hovering above 6 million units sold in just over 2 months, Nintendo reported a whopping $3.8 billion in revenue. And yet, some reputable analysts are revising their estimates for the current quarter downward. For example, the first quarter for Nintendo's 2026 financial year began this April and ended in June, seeing a consistent return of 9 cents per share. Over at Wedbush, an organization whose estimates inform their clients about their stock options, they are predicting the second quarter will see a dip from 9 cents per share to 7 cents per share, suggesting the combined months-long period won't be able to match the surge of revenue from the Switch 2's worldwide launch. Which, if you're a Nintendo fan, shouldn't really surprise you, as the only real follow-up since Mario Kart World has been Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sorry, Monkey Man, but a $70 video game won't do numbers like a $500 console. So, bad news for Nintendo, relatively speaking, sure, but it should be noted this is purely the estimate of a reputable analytical organization. And it concludes with a strong buy recommendation. Why? Because Nintendo has maintained consistent performance over long periods of time, so even if the returns are modest when compared to others, like a first-party Nintendo game on a retail shelf, they know how to maintain their price in a volatile market. Would you buy stock in Nintendo, and did you buy a Switch 2 yet? Chat back in the comments below. We're now only 2 months away from the October 10th launch of Battlefield 6, and in the meantime, Electronic Arts has given players access to the first open beta just this past weekend. So, how'd it go? Well, for 330,000 cheaters, not so great, as the developer banned scores of suspected bad actors. If that wasn't enough, white hat hackers, users that engage with exploits as a mean of documentation and reporting to the public, discovered tools being shared that could engage the developer mode, giving cheaters unfair advantages with highlight information being present at all times. Well, it looks like EA is still hunting in advance of this upcoming weekend's second public beta, with DICE principal game developer Drunks3, aka Florence, stating, quote, "If some of you have some video examples of suspected super bullet unexpected fast time to death that you've recorded in the Battlefield 6 open beta, send my way, smiley face." End quote. And within minutes, this post became inundated with videos and images of alleged cheating, including impervious opponents and flatline attacks, which were incredibly fast. Now, these occurrences by themselves don't necessarily mean either party was engaging in cheating, as Battlefield 6's beta is intended to help EA recognize issues in advance of the game's final technical pass. But the response included players complaining about features such as falling rubble not causing the same effects as seen in pre-release trailers. But with open evidence of cheating and developers requesting help from users, it's clear DICE is taking the perception seriously. Will you be dipping into the Battlefield 6 beta this weekend? Chat back in the comments below. We're just about 5 years into the current generation of consoles, and with a recent post by Mortal Kombat creator Ed Boon, we can now confirm Mortal Kombat 1 is the single best-selling fighting game of its generation. Quote, "Lots of Mortal Kombat related news recently. Let's start with MK1. With over 6.2 million games sold, we're still committed to refining MK1 to be our most balanced game." End quote. However, while balance changes and advanced meta are the bread and butter of the fighting game community, to many fans, fighting games are at their peak while still releasing new primary content such as fighters, stages, and in some cases, story content. Regardless of its success, that phase for Mortal Kombat 1 has ended, with NetherRealm Studios moving on to production of a new project while technical and meta patches give slight changes going forward. What do you want out of the next NetherRealm game? Chat back in the comments below. Much news, not much time to talk. That's a quick news blast. Capcom has launched brand new merchandise celebrating the long-dormant survival horror franchise Dino Crisis, including stickers and hoodies featuring the retro brand. Reputable insider Hope, aka the Ghost of Hope on X, is claiming looping streaks may return for the upcoming Black Ops 7, meaning the effects of unlockable support and abilities would be contributing to the loop of more unlockables. Elden Ring Night Rain has released its 1.02.1 recent patch, including new balance changes like the Storm Ruler's skill taking less time to recharge. As announced last June, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 Enhanced has arrived on Xbox Game Pass and adds technical improvements and features like director's commentary. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video, but we'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, why not check out Below Cuddy's newest video all about the story recap for the Metroid Prime series. Who knew a silent protagonist could have so much lore? Keep clicking around here at Game Rant, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.